Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Raiden. Now on the left side of the box, Storm continues with that awesome artwork where they put some of it on the front, some of it on the side, and then you get that nice like angled shot where it completes the whole face, but you can have your figures displayed in box on a shelf like so, and then you can see, you know, it's Raiden if you're not a out-of-box collector. But even if you are an out-of-box collector, you can store your Storm Collectible boxes on a shelf, and it's going to look awesome because the artwork looks great on these packages. On the right side of the box, we just have the figure posed up, and it shows Mortal Kombat Raiden Storm Collectibles 1/12 Action Series. On the back of the box, we got the figure posed up, showing off all the different pieces and effects that you get with the figure. We also have some read-up information, so feel free to pause it if you want to read that. And we do get some lightning bolt effects. But I mean, one of the things that I was super ecstatic about, was his Fatality move, which is going to be awesome to take a look at that piece as well. Just like every other Storm Collectible figure, you get a instruction manual, and then you open it up, and it shows you all the things you get with them, all the effect pieces, how to change the hands and heads, and it says Mortal Kombat on the back. Out of the box, Raiden comes equipped with a pair of fist hands. Raiden also comes with these jutsu-looking hands, and they look horrible. In my opinion, they just look super wide. There's a little bit of detail in the front, but then when it gets to the palm, it's like missing. It almost looks like somebody just like squished what was actually there. Those hands do not look good in my opinion. Raiden also comes with a pair of Buddha palm hands, and they look good. You got the detail on the outside, and then you got the detail sculpted on the inside. It looks how it should. It looks great. Raiden even comes with some tiger claw style hands, and they look really good. Again, this one actually has the sculpted in palm detail. We get the detail on the outside, and that is something that was missing with that weird jutsu hand. And we get some more martial arts style hands that look great. So out of all the pairs of hands, I mean, really the jutsu one's the only one that looks weird. These ones look great as well. This time we get some extra wrist pegs. That's different for Storm to include these. I guess in case one breaks, you have an extra pair. Now you can't be the God of Thunder and not have lightning effects. Here's a pair of lightning effects that we get. They are awesome. I really, really like it. The dark blue tips, how it transitions they look awesome. And they're actually not a super rubbery, like, they have some move, but I feel like they're harder plastic that where if you move them too much, they might snap. But these look awesome. We also get some smaller lightning effects. You can sort of see how these are sort of opened up where his hands would be. So I guess his hands would go in here and they'd just give the whole like shooting lightning from his palms and stuff like that. They just did a really good job with the lightning effects in general. We also get a pair of Palpatine hands shooting the lightning out of the fingertips. That's what it reminds me of. But yeah, it's pretty awesome how they do these. Again, I love the transitioning of the light, clearer blue to darker blue and everything. But these are casted in a translucent plastic in general, and they just paint the flesh tone on the hands, and they do a pretty good job of making it seem really, really clean. Now, you can't be a Mortal Kombat figure and not have a Fatality piece, and this is really what helps sell the figure to me. Like, this lightning head explosion is just nasty. It looks so awesome. Just got the blood gushing out from just getting electrified that his head just popped. Classic Raiden Fatality. And you could pop this onto any body that you have that is a Storm Collectibles. You might have other figures that could pop out onto as well. But this thing looks awesome. You got like the mouth open, the tongue looks wet, the blood just, it's gross and grotesque, and I love it. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. Raiden comes with 3 head sculpts. This one is his angry, screaming, yelling head, and it looks very, very awesome. I like it. I like his little ears peeking through his little hood or cowl or whatever you want to call it. but overall the head sculpt looks pretty awesome. Maybe the screaming one was a little bit too much for you, but you just want to grit your teeth and be super angry. You got that head sculpt with Raiden as well, and this one looks great. Love the shiny gloss white eyes. A little bit of the black on the chin is getting up on the skin, which is a bummer, but overall looks like a solid head sculpt as well. Raiden comes equipped with a standard straight face down to business head sculpt, which looks awesome. And then he does have his hat on as well, which that's sculpted very nicely. Has a wash on it. Looks very, very cool. I do like it a lot. Now, taking off his hat, you want to grab it from the back and sort of pull it forward. And then when you're putting it on, you're going to hook the chin strap underneath. And then you're going to slide it back. But that whole time that you're doing that, it is rubbing up on top of the head in the hat. Now, just to look at Raiden, I took his hat off so we can do a up close. Didn't want it to be in the way. And be careful of the little chin strap. It is a hard plastic, so it could break. Now, he comes in this blue, like, gi. You know, looking pretty awesome straight up. Mortal Kombat 2. It's got the gold emblems. They look super clean on there. Now, some stuff with this white is not 100% clean. It's a little bit of a dirty white, I would say, like, because there's just extra stuff. I don't know if it's like it was just from the packaging, from the plant, but it's not going to be completely perfect white. But these gold emblems on the sides are definitely amazing. Those are super clean. And even the black paint going around and stuff like that. Just don't expect your white to be super, super clean. Warning as well, when I start getting into the articulation, I'm going to move his head very, very minimal, because I've seen other people review it, because this piece is rubber and it's painted over. It's like a white rubber painted black, and I saw people that were moving the head around and the bottom parts are sharp, that it was like scratching off the paint and stuff. So I'm going to be moving his head very, very minimal when I get to that part of the review. Again, no wash on this gi. Doesn't really need it. Belt looks pretty good. Move his arm out of the way here. And you can see he has the sash. Now, be careful with this part here. I've seen other reviewers where it's just broken because it's very, very thin. You can see the rubber for this part. It's super thin. Just be very, very careful. Looks good, but be careful, because it looks like they did it this way. Let me get his arms out of the way. Because underneath he has another gi. Basically, you can take this thing off and you can have him like Mortal Kombat 1 Raiden. So that's cool, but risking breaking the belt is not so cool. Wrinkles in the pant legs look great. Wrappings around his shins and everything look good. His little shoes. Pretty much just a solid white figure, except for the little parts of paint. And I unplugged, just moving his thing down, I unplugged the belt, which, let me go ahead and show you guys, since I already unplugged that on accident, how thin that piece is. Can you guys see that? People were breaking it, and you can see why that's super, super thin. It's not even a consistent thickness. So I might have to do like my buddy 206 Toys and do a cloth belt or something. I'm not going to put this back on there because I feel like it's going to snap. If it just popped off by just me moving his hand, I do not want this to break. Let's dive into some articulation. Now, his head is your typical Storm Collectibles head movement. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't want to risk that getting scratched up and having touched up. But if you want to know how Storm Collectibles head movement works on their figures, go check out my other reviews, please. Articulation in the arms. They can go up quite a bit, like crazy bit. Does have a butterfly joint in there as well. Sort of can like he can basically shrug his shoulders. Now, he does have a bicep swivel, but when we're looking at this bicep swivel, that's as far as it's going to go. It's rubbing. I can feel it rubbing. Can hear it. So bicep swivel doesn't really bicep swivel like it should, because I feel like if I force it in any direction, it's going to snap, which is a bummer. He does have double jointed elbows. That's as far as his elbow is going to get right there. Let me try the other arm. That one seems better than this one. It's about the same. We do get the wrist rotation, and we get the ball hinged wrist, so you get the pivoting and all that stuff. Waist, he does get really good movement in the waist. Like all Storm Collectibles figures, they do a good job. I mean, you could basically get them all over that ball joint. You can do the splits pretty much straight across. Lots of squeaks. Need some WD-40. He can kick his foot forward that much. Double jointed knee. Bends down. There is thigh swivel up there. We don't get a boot cut or anything, but we do get ankle bend, toe bend, and pivot as well. I love what Storm Collectibles is doing with their lightning effects. They look amazing, and I love the fact that you can just equip these up, and it looks like he's just controlling the lightning from the sky, raining down on him, and he's just controlling it. It looks awesome. Minus the fact that I had to take his belt off because, yeah, he'd look even better if he had a belt that I didn't have to worry about breaking. I love the hands that have the lightning coming out of the fingertips. Looks awesome, but you may see that this one's not flushly attached. These are harder plastic, so you got to be very careful putting them on these because you might break either the hands or the peg. That could be why they gave us extra arm pegs. So likelihood of me using these all the time and stuff like that, probably not, because again, that's harder plastic. The hands are usually like a rubbery material, easier to pop on and off. Those, not so much. Even Punisher isn't safe from Mortal Kombat. I mean, this figure is pretty awesome. It has its issues, but the effect pieces are amazing, top notch. I love it. Here I have Raiden posed up, looking awesome. I had to try to really mess with this hand to see if I can get it to work. It sort of works with this pose. I still just don't like the hand. Like this pair of hands, like these pair of hands right here, they just seem off to me. And speaking of off, like out of all my Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat figures that I've purchased, this one seems the one that have the higher risk of QC issues. So not only do you have to worry about the biceps being weird like mine, I'm afraid I'm going to break them. And if you pick this figure up, please let me know if those biceps were weird on yours or mine or just need to be heat up. Just let me know, because I'm very paranoid about breaking it. But the belt breaking and the neck chipping is just not cool. Like, it's a bad idea to paint a paint a white rubber neck black and then put a hard plastic head on top and expect it not to chip. It was just a bad decision. It doesn't take away from my overall opinion of the figure. I think it's a great figure. Definitely a must-have, especially if you're into Mortal Kombat, or maybe this will be the first figure of the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat line you're investing into. It's a solid figure. You can easily get a cloth replacement for that, and I'm going to link down below 206 Toys images, link to his Instagram so you can actually see that cloth belt. He did a really good job on it. But overall, I mean, it's a good figure. Storm Collectible makes amazing figures. It's just a little bit of QC risk, you know? But that sums up my unboxing and review of Storm Collectibles Raiden. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button because it'll mean the world to me. Make sure you also hit that silver bell notification if you want to know when I post up a new video. And make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. That's where I get all my SH figure arts, my Storm Collectibles, all my imports. I mean, Toyco is definitely where it's at. So check out the website. There's a promo code just for you guys to get free shipping. And make sure you check out the Facebook pre-order group. Join in. It keeps you in the know with what's coming out and allows you to take dibs on some amazing pre-order pricing, because Andrew does an amazing job with his pre-orders. The pricing is great, so definitely check it out. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.